So after a little while, he went to Lytton and this to. Your father left Pyramid and went to Villawood or somewhere. And then we was friends then. You understand what I say?
Can I ask, for how long was it that you were estranged, distant from Theo?
About 6 months, I couldn't take anymore. I went and say, Theo, you know, this and that, and we didn't have to be agreed together. So we make it up and we was friends from then on.
I have to say something that probably it'll come from Theo Nitzer down the line, but I remember living in the shop and I honestly cannot believe that Theo Nitzer had to come from Cyprus and find herself there. There was no room. There just wasn't room for one family, let alone two.
Yeah, well,
and it was just, when I think, I know this isn't my interview, but I'm just feeling Mum's pain because I can't imagine what any of them went through as far as living quarters, lack of language and the whole thing. Anyway.
Yeah, well, it's not only that. I mean, I had, Tasula and I had the baby.
Philip?
You know,
You had Philip?
I had Philip as soon as your mother came in. It was a baby, and she coming in pregnant, and she couldn't work, and she couldn't do nothing. And I have to run up and down, fix the shop, fix the baby, take her to school, come back and work in the shop, and everything like that. And your mother, it was your mother's fault, it was my brother's fault, because instead of just giving your mother a chance to learn it, he put her in the cash. He don't.
Wait. You mean she was in charge of the cash register in the shop? Okay.
Yeah, until he say, okay, stay behind until you're learning the English, and then you're doing this. He put her in the cash and let me doing all the other jobs. George was angry all the time, and I have to just what can I do. You understand me, Aki? Because he's my brother and he's my husband. What can I say?
You were stuck between.
Yeah, I stuck between. And
this is around 1955.
Yeah, somewhere there.
The year of Philip and Linda's birth. We're celebrating their 50th both this year.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
50 years later.
that's the half of the story.
I'm really interested to know two things. One was how you learnt English, and I also would like to know where you went to for advice about really tricky things, like that your parents maybe hadn't told you.
No.
Tell us about
No.
the English.
No one tell me anything, but as I told you, even when I was with Theo Zacharia and before I know English at all, I working very hard, but the night time I have to put 1 hour to read the dictionary. And I learning words and words and words, and then after a little while I start talk to the people in the shop. And I explained to them these few things and everything like that. And I got lots of friends in Malanda, which I asked them to give me advice for a lot of things I didn't know. Because when I had a TASA, and I was so sick through all the 9 months, I said to myself, I don't want no more kids. But I couldn't do it. I had a nice lady friend, I didn't remember the name, and I explained to her with my few words I know in English, and she helped me and she gave me advice, and then I didn't pregnant for about 4.5 years.
Sorry, what was that?
Well, she helped me to not get pregnant.
Ah, yeah.
Gee, in those days, how did you... I don't know whether to ask this or not.
Yeah, she helped me with the things this, and she buy me things and everything like that. She was very kind. Just this strange Australian lady.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting, Archie. Anyway, after 4.5 months, when we come to Sydney then, it was in Sydney then, my sister, she tell me she was pregnant. And I tell her the doctor she's going to have twins. Before I even know, I just found out I was pregnant too. I try everything, Archie, believe me. I don't know, I'm stupid or I don't know what. I try everything to have abortion because I say twins, no mother, no sister, no nobody. I think for everybody. I say, how can I help my sister if I have a baby and I have a shop? And then I was not lucky. I had the baby. And I never helped my sister. She was good enough for herself, and she looked after the babies day and night. She working really hard for the twins. Once before, a long time, I never thought, when I watching the kids growing up, I was very upset. I never thought Andrew is going to work ever. It was so thin and so, I don't know, I can explain to you.
Sort of scrawny, very feeble, very weak.
Yeah. And then by she looking them day and night and feed them and help them, they're growing up, probably. Very beautiful too. When I had the baby, and I had so much because business was very good then. And then every time I get tired, I take Vinces to keep going. And I get addicted to the Vinces and Becks. Every day, the same time, I have to take a Becks. And then after a little while, another Becks. Because they keep telling you, take a Becks, I didn't know nothing about. And I got sick out.
Do you remember the name of the play, Cup of Tea, a Becks and a Good Lie Down?
Yes.
Yeah. My mum was somebody uninformed, and she got addicted to this, and it has affected her health throughout the rest of her life. It has been proven.
No, not the rest of my life.
Yes.
For a long time. And then I got sick, and I have to go to the specialist, and they couldn't find nothing. I went to one, nothing. I went to another one, nothing. And they start telling me, you have a family for cancer. They think I had cancer, but they couldn't find it. Anyway, I say, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to try. I thought myself was the apex, give me the indigestion. And I don't know how to...
Stomach pain?
Yes, stomach pain, and I didn't know what to do because the doctors, they couldn't find anything. And I keep paying doctors for nothing. And I said to myself, I think I'm going to do this by myself. Well, when is the time coming to take a Becks? I say, I take a half. Well, I took 3 a day, I make it to 2. And after I make it to 1, and then a half, and then every second day, every third day, until I get through with it.
Yeah.
Just by myself, no one tell me. And then...
It was logical for you.
Logical for me,
way you could
yes.
do it.
Well, the doctor, they found nothing. I didn't feel no sick, only just my stomach.
Yeah.
And I say, it's this stupid Becks. And then I just give it up by myself. And when I just stop and after a long while, I start getting sick this and I get sick this, I went to different doctors all the time until I have operation. I had about, say, 30 operations.
On your stomach?
Yeah.
Oh.
I had all the operation. I had not in my stomach. It's I think it's had my bladder first, and then it had my other things, and the kidney. So by all coming up. I have an operation first for poison in my hand. As soon as I cut my hands, I get poison in my landa. I went to Atherton, and I had an operation that cut it out. And the doctor said, if you won't come in, you're losing your hand. Okay? I was lucky. Then after that, I had the operation sinus. Then another one. After I come to Sydney, unexpected, I was pregnant to Philip. And then I got sick, vomiting, and I went to the doctor. They put me straight away for operation for my, what you call it, the flonendero. Appendix. Yes. When I had Philip back, I didn't believe it, and I just...
While you were pregnant, you had the
yes,
operation.
I was about 5 or 6 months pregnant, I had the operation on my appendix.